Well, hi. Welcome to Victory for today. So we've been thinking about this model prayer that Jesus taught his disciples to pray. And we're at that place now where the going gets tough, so to speak. He says this in this prayer. He says to pray like this. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Another way of translating that is, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Now that's the only point in this prayer that he elaborates on, that he comments on after he finishes this teaching. And he goes on to tell the men that if they don't forgive others, then they won't be forgiven. Now that's a pretty serious turn. You know, you don't live very long in this world until things begin to happen in your life that, breaks your heart, hurts your feelings, you get done wrong. I remember preaching a sermon one time on doing right when you've been done wrong. And, we all know what that's about. But you know what? The Lord, with all that he's done for us, he's got the right to ask us to forgive others, because of the way he has forgiven us, and that we might have a clear conscience before him. Now, this matter of forgiving others, I want to refer you to a story that Jesus told one time. And it was about two servants. One owed his master a ton. I mean, a lot of money. And he got caught, got pulled in, and he begged his master to let him off the hook. And the master took pity on him and released him from that debt. Well, he goes out and he finds a fellow servant that owes him like $20, we might say today. And the Bible says that he got him by the throat. I mean, he got a handful of his neck, folks. Had screamed at him, "Pay me what you owe." Well, the master heard about that, and he pulled the slave back in, the servant back in that had been forgiven. And he said to him, "Look, I forgave you all this amount, and you wouldn't forgive your fellow servant." Now, something went by real fast right there, but it's the key to it. He said, you would not forgive him. Now, that is the key, my dear friends. Listen, that's the key. And I found this myself over 20 years ago, nearly 30 years ago. And it's made all the difference in the world in my ability to practice what Jesus has said. You see, forgiving people isn't saying that they were okay in doing what they did. It's not saying you're going to forget what they did. Like John Wayne said, everybody deserves a second chance, but keep an eye on them. What it means is that by an act of your will, you're willing to forgive that person based on God's commandment. And so it's a matter of the will. It's not a matter of the emotion. And by the way, emotions are very much a part of that. Emotions are, and the people that can hurt you, it seems like the worst, are the ones that you trusted the most. And people that you really care about. People that you care about are the only ones that can grieve you, I think. You can get mad at anybody. I go back home to Dallas and get in that traffic, and I'm mad at everybody on the road. But there's a difference between being mad and grieving. And only people that really are close to you, that you trusted, can grieve you. And they're the hardest ones to forgive. But the same principle is involved. It's a matter of the will, not a matter of the emotion. It's not saying what you did was okay. No, it's not saying that. It might have been a horrible thing. But it is saying that based on what God has told me to do, I'm going to forgive you. And so when you think about these things, and so many people today have grudges they're bearing, they lay awake nights thinking about something that someone did to them years and years and years ago. We need to get rid of that. We need to get rid of it for our own health, but we need to get rid of it also because God said to get rid of it. Isn't that unique? Ice cream man coming by the neighborhood here. So, dear people, let's determine right now, let's purpose in our hearts that when we're offended, that we are going to forgive. As a matter of our will. You see, when we do that, as a matter of our will, then the wound will start to heal. It's not true that time heals all wounds. No, we need to forgive, and then that wound will heal. Well, that's about all I was going to say about this today, and I hope it's meant something to you. The good Lord willing and the saints don't rise. I'll see you right here next time on Victory for Today. God bless you, and goodbye.